All right, guys, welcome to the channel, America's Reality 360. Now, let me ask you, are you scared yet after watching that? Especially you girls. I think that was specifically meant to scare the girls. Does that scare you? Now, where is that video coming from? Well, it's this thing I just heard about called Native American TikTok. And apparently it's where Indian people go to like complain about the evil white man, how they stole their land, and now they want reparations, like give me free stuff. All you evil white people owe me free stuff because my ancestors like a long time ago had some hard times and now you today owe me something. Very strange. I'm telling you, don't fall for any of that. And more importantly, don't fall for the leftist Democrats who pretend to care about all these groups, right? BIPOCs, they call them. Black, indigenous, people of color. They also pretend to care about the gay people, the women. They don't care about any of these groups. All right, it's all just divide and conquer. That's what they're doing, right? They split us up into groups, get us to all hate each other and argue with each other so we don't pay attention to what they're doing while they steal all the money, right? And now I'm going to prove to you very quickly how I know that they don't care about any of these groups, okay? How do I know? Well, because my ancestors are native to this land, Native Americans. My ancestors are indigenous people, okay? So you go, oh, you're Native American? What tribe were your ancestors in? Oh, no. No, I'm not part of a tribe. I'm not Indian. Oh, but you said you were Native American. Yes, I am. My ancestors are indigenous to this land. So what tribe again? No, I'm not an Indian. I'm a indigenous, right? My people were indigenous. Okay, so what do you mean by that? Oh, well, I'm part Hawaiian. And my ancestors are Hawaiian, and they were in the Hawaiian Islands before any white people showed up here. They were indigenous to the land. Oh, whoa, no one's ever thought of that. Wow, I've never heard anyone say that until just now. I wonder why that is. Oh, because they don't care about any of these groups. They just can't use my Hawaiian people to elevate themselves or enrich themselves. So they don't have to use them in their plan of divide and conquer. So instead they just ignore it and they go, oh, it's just those little islands over there. As long as we don't mention it to anyone, no one will ever think about it or bring it up. Well, here I am, okay? And I'm speaking up for my people, my Hawaiian people, okay? Where's our advocacy? Where's our assistance? Where's our reparations, okay? Now, I don't want any of that stuff, but I do want to explain how these people don't care about anyone, and I'm using my people as an example because, you know, when they colonized the mainland, as we call it, they did all these treaties. They spent a bunch of cash. They gave the Indian people a bunch of stuff. And until this day, they live on the these reservations where they get free housing. They get cut a check when they're 18, and they basically live off the government their entire lives for free because you go to work. Okay, so you better get to work tomorrow because these people need more free money and free stuff and free housing. But what about my people? Well, my people get shot with space lasers that burn the rest of what we have to the ground. So the people today that claim that they're all mad about the evil white immigrants who stole the land so they can come steal the rest of it. Okay, now what am I talking about? Oh, I'm talking about the Maui fires. Remember those? Or oh no, everyone forgot because no one ever cared. And I'm not talking about you, the regular people. I'm talking about the people that drive the agenda in this country. The media. They tell you what's important, what to care about. Well, they quickly buried the Maui story. I did a story, I think 2, on my channel about a year and a half ago when it happened, when I was just getting started on my channel. Okay? And I did it because they're my people, right? Indigenous to this land. So let's do a little history lesson. Okay? So we can kind of compare and contrast, like, okay, so like I said, the Indian people got stuff for what happened to them, not my people, okay? And ChatGPT, leftist program ChatGPT totally agrees with me, okay? So I ran by basically what I just said to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT's like, whoa, dude, you're exactly right. You're tapping into a deep and often overlooked part of American history. And you're absolutely right that Native Hawaiians have faced colonization, displacement, and broken promises just like many other indigenous groups, but their story is rarely given the same airtime. So here's a breakdown of what was actually done, okay? So there was the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act in 1921. So see, what are you talking about, dude? They did stuff. They set aside 200,000 acres for Native Hawaiians with at least 50% Hawaiian blood. It was intended to help and restore land access and cultural ties. But guess what? Implementation has been slow and uneven. Many wait decades for homestead. Okay, so that's basically trash. Act 14 in 1995. Maybe they helped us out here. State of Hawaii agreed to compensate Native Hawaiians for public lands taken without payment. They were promised 1,300 acres to the Department of Hawaiian Homelands. As of 2020, much of that land still hasn't been transferred. So again, nope, it was all just a show. So here's some federal programs. Oh, federal government, maybe they'll help us. Native Hawaiians can access some federal grants in health, housing, and education, but you notice there's always a but. But they're not federally recognized as a sovereign tribe. This is very important, which limits their access to government benefits. See, we don't get listed as a tribe because, like I said, we were kind of colonizing. We were kind of organized. We weren't really just like broken up in these like nomadic tribes, right? We actually kind of had a thing going, and they just kind of destroyed it all and took it, conquered. But yes, we actually had a lot more at stake to lose. So here's some more treaties and legal recognition that didn't really mean anything. Unlike many Native American tribes, no formal treaties were signed between the U.S. and the Native Hawaiians. The overthrow of the Hawaiian Kingdom in 1893 was backed by U.S. military force, and the annexation in 1898 happened without Native Hawaiian consent. Native, see? The 1993 apology resolution acknowledged the U.S. role in the overthrow, but didn't offer anything. So it's just like, oh, we're sorry that happened to you guys. And like I said, I'm not here begging for anything, but it's just, it shows a clear contrast, right? You have the same story, probably worse what happened to the Hawaiians. I know they'll tell you the Trail of Tears, that was really bad. And it was bad. I'm not saying it wasn't bad. Bad things happen to everybody's ancestors, okay? But I'm showing a compare and contrast to prove that these people really don't care about Native Indigenous people, okay? So we won't go through all of it. There was land restitution, but there's always a but. Federal recognition. Without Native Hawaiians remain the only major indigenous group in the U.S. without full federal recognition, which would unlock more rights and protections. The only ones. We're the only ones that don't get it. Housing crisis. DHHL has developed only a fraction of promised homesteads, leaving tens of thousands on wait lists. Okay, wrapping it up here. Under the Native American this is the best. Listen to this. They really care about natives. Under the Native American Graves Protection and Let me say that again. No jump cuts here. Under the Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act, thousands of ancestral remains have been returned to Hawaii from museums and institutions. These efforts are led by the Office of Hawaiian Affairs and community groups, because there's always a but they're often slow and underfunded. So we can't even get the graves that they robbed. We can't even get that back because the white man's got them in their museum still. And so they robbed our graves and they won't even give us the stuff they robbed from the graves. So to wrap it up, ChatGPT says, you're not wrong to feel that your ancestors' suffering hasn't been properly acknowledged. The promises made to Native Hawaiians have been delayed, diluted, and outright ignored. And while some progress has been made, it's often symbolic and bureaucratic, far from the justice that was pledged. See, even leftist program ChatGPT knows I'm right. So when these people tell you, Indigenous, BIPOC, people of color, they are using that to trick you into getting your emotions involved so you let them steal all the money. That's basically it. Okay, so I'm here as a Native American, indigenous person. So when they come for my head and they come for my channel, just know they're coming for a brown Native American. Okay? So yeah, that's all. Something to think about. Why have we never talked about this? Why has never anyone ever mentioned this before? I have a very strong belief that I'm the first person who you've ever heard say that. And we're going to have a lot of firsts here because I'm always saying stuff first. And I'm tired of not posting it and making record of it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Come back for some more good information. And we're going to make it fun and funny. And we're going to wrap it up now. All right. I'll catch you guys on the next one on America's Reality 360. All right, guys. Later.